We're traveling through China for 30 days and we're challenging ourselves to do it all by train, making the most of China's newly established 30-day visa. Along the way, we're uncovering China's rich history, and there is no better place than the city of Xi'an, the starting point of the ancient Silk Road and home to some of China's greatest treasures. In this episode, we're diving headfirst into everything Xi'an has to offer. Day one is packed with adventure, from exploring the ancient city walls to walking the vibrant walking streets and going to the Great Mosque, a unique blend of Chinese and Islamic architecture. Then on day two, we're heading out to the world-famous Terracotta warriors. But here's the twist. We're doing it the cheapest way possible, without a guide, without a tour, just us and the public transport. So, will we make it? Let's find out.
I don't know, no one seems to know about it. It's like this is not the biggest thing to do in Xi'an.
Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to sunny Xi'an, what used to be the capital of China. So we have 2 days here, and as you may know, Xi'an is super popular for one very specific attraction, the Terracotta warriors. But we thought we'd swap things around and start with the city, explore the ancient city walls, because Xi'an is actually one of the oldest cities in China, which used to be part of the Silk Route. So it's got plenty of history. So we will do the Terracotta warriors tomorrow. Also because it is a Sunday today. We saw tonight it might be a bit better to do it on a Monday. So we'll give that a shot. And today is a beautiful sunny day, a bit of a change than what we've had so far in China. So we thought we'd explore the city. The towers were built in the city as a way of telling the time. So the bell tower would ring at sunrise to tell people go to work or start your day. And the drum tower would be drummed at sunset to say time to go back to your house, be safe. But another interesting thing is that the bell tower is in the heart of the city. And the reason why it's in the heart is because there is this belief that this tower, as a bell, would put away earthquakes and dragons. So every time it would ring, they would also put away or cast away bad vibes or natural disasters.
Okay, we finally made it in. There was a lot of security to get in here. Just had a quick look at the information about the bell tower that's provided inside. Max's story earlier was almost correct. So it turns out they created this bell tower as a warning sign because this was a huge farming area and one of the biggest cities. So it was to warn everyone in case of an attack, and also secondarily, they were getting a lot of earthquakes here that they believed was from a giant snake that lived underground. So it was to scare away the snake as well and stop them from getting earthquakes, which I just think is so adorable that they, like, it's just so interesting what we used to believe or imagine, like all of the mythology is very, very cool. But it's really beautiful. It's over 600 years old, and it is actually the most well-maintained tower of its type. So I guess bell tower is the most well-maintained bell tower in China. I think one of the best things is the view that you get from up here. You can see right down this main street to the south gate, which is where we're headed next, and the south gate looks really, really nice. So weirdly, the top of the bell tower had no information about the bell, but there is a bell down here. So this is a replica of the original bell that hung in the tower, and the original bell still exists, but it's in a museum so that it is better preserved. And this one has the weather, so fair enough, they put a replica here. But yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised how little information about the bell tower there is in the bell tower. Anyway, let's go check out the south gate.
Yeah.
So this chain behind me is all over China, and we found that they have very affordable drinks. Probably not very good for us, but they're yummy. So for only 6 yuan 50, I got this peach and mango. Looks like a tea, I'm not exactly sure. And I got coconut jellies in it, which are kind of like boba, but they're made from coconut, I guess. And we made it to the south gate, which is the entrance to the city wall. I'm actually really excited for the city wall of Xi'an because according to research and what we just heard on our way in, it is actually the oldest, most well-preserved and largest city wall in the world. And it's massive. It goes all the way around the central city of Xi'an. Apparently, you can even ride bicycles around it, which I very much want to do. But first we need to find out how much it is to enter.
Wow.
Okay, so we got our tickets. There was a QR code to scan for WeChat to buy the tickets, but it was actually really confusing and I couldn't, so I just went into the tourist center and she just did all the buttons on my phone and there was like a million. So just go in there and they'll do it for you. But we're in, 60 yuan to enter.
Okay, this is wow,
so
this is actually really cool, guys. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Like,
it is so thick.
This is over 1,000 years old. How insane is that?
Wow, this is so cool.
This is cool, yeah. Look, you can even just grab a quick coffee on the wall. You can even send a postcard from the wall of Xi'an, which is pretty cool. And these buildings here look really nice. Like they're like that ancient vibe that I'm looking for.
Back in the day, seeing this gigantic wall with the moat around must have been a very sort of threatening look because must have been nothing around and people must have been like, whoa, like don't mess with this city because this is some serious defense. We are so high, we're like 20 meters high. Such a cool sight, such a cool sight.
So we've decided we are going to make our way to the west gate. We didn't spend much time at the south gate, which was a bit unfortunate because we just kind of came straight up to the wall. We were just too excited. Anyway, we thought we would share with you some really fun facts about the wall whilst we walk because it is really interesting. This wall was built in 1370, which is insanely old considering how well preserved it is. It's 13.7 kilometers in circumference and it's like 12 meters high, but the width is the most impressive thing. It's between 15 to 18 meters wide, which means you could ride 5 horse carriages side by side along this wall, which is insane. The other really fun fact that we learned is that the actual base of the wall was made from a mixture of rammed earth, lime, and glutinous rice extract, which is so China, something we've never heard of in any other buildings that we've been through before. But it's honestly just really impressively big and beautiful.
Alright, we made it to the west gate. Wow, look at this.
Whoa, this is huge.
That is huge.
This courtyard is so interesting because there's just this one bare tree in the middle. It has no leaves on it at all. It's just up on this platform and these women dressed up are taking photos with it. And they must just, I can imagine how cool their photos look. Their beautiful outfits and their makeup and then this dead tree with this stone background. It must just look so cool.
And after another 2 kilometers, we made our way back east to the drum tower. So this one looks actually very impressive, a bit bigger, more wide than the bell tower, and actually see drums. So I don't know if they actually still use them to this day. Maybe it's a bit too old to use.
But in saying that, Xi'an is a very walkable city. We've been walking all day. We've already done almost 15,000 steps. It's only 1 o'clock. But it's really easy to walk around because the streets are really nicely with sidewalks and it's all completely flat. It's been really easy walking around. So far, the attractions that we've been to are kind of better seen from outside than inside. The wall was awesome. I'm really glad we went up there. But once you've been up the top and walked for 30 meters, it's all pretty much the same. You just keep walking along the wall, it looks the same. So kind of seeing it from outside is cooler. So I'm wondering if this is going to be the same, that it's actually better seen from outside than inside. Well, we're about to go find out, I guess. Wow, look at this street.
Whoa.
This is insane. There's so many people here. It looks so interesting. So we've made it finally to the drum tower, which honestly is very cool. And there's a beautiful breeze and we're quite hot from walking in the sun right now. So there's a really nice breeze cooling us down. But the drums up here are super nice. So this one was used to tell the time apparently, and they would drum it whenever they changed night watch. So every 2 hours. So I guess it was just the ancient way of telling time. And right next door is this pedestrian street with this really cute little market. They've got all of these little, like, I don't know, souvenirs, I guess. I guess we're just gonna keep wandering around a little bit, checking out this market first. Very cool. So we just realized also that it's a Sunday. So this is probably more like a local Sunday craft market and not like the tourist Muslim Quarter market street. So this is really awesome.
Oh, it's very neat. I think I just whipped it, with a few drops of paint, dipped it in, twisted it, boom.
Boom.
You just got up in value in like 5 times.
So we'll have to drop a pin on the map for where we are, but basically if you're facing the south gate, it's just to the left of that, inside the wall. And this whole area is just so nice. I kind of more what I expected Xi'an to be like. So it's more like winding streets and old buildings and market stalls. And because we were coming to a city that had the city within the original old wall, this was my expectation. The streets are quiet, it's peaceful, there's shady trees, there's a little local market.
There's an 800-year-old wall.
Good vibes over here.
Yeah.
To the east of the south gate. So we're just walking along the wall and we've just found, Max saw this sign that said 10 yuan. And these guys wearing their like lab coats, and he goes, I think they're offering massage for 10 yuan. And they actually are. So Max is about to get a neck and shoulder massage for 10 yuan, which is about $2, just over $2 Australian dollars.
This is good. Thank you. Okay. Oh. Thank you. Thank you very much.
How was it?
That was so good.
It looks nice.
How was the user experience?
Very good. Oh, very good. Thank you.
Okay, 10 yuan.
It's okay. It's okay.
10 yuan.
For your study.
It's
no.
10, no, 10 yuan.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Nice to meet you.
I'd just like to point out that whilst I was getting a massage, being all relaxed and losing all my guards, I had the camera sitting next to me, completely unguarded. Jacqueline would have never reached it. Someone had to take it.
I wouldn't have even noticed.
Yeah,
They walked past and took it.
Something about China, like, yes, it's cameras everywhere, but it's for the good reason. So it felt very safe, and yeah, that's something that you do not actually get to do in Europe, because that's will be gone later.
Honestly, if you are traveling on a tight budget, just seeing these buildings from the outside is just as impressive as going inside. I don't feel like we got really much more from going into each of these monuments. If you are traveling on a really tight budget, I would say you don't have to do that. But the wall, I would go up on the wall. That one was definitely worth it.
we've walked back to the drum tower because this is where, as you remember earlier on, we said we would go to the Muslim quarter. And there's a beautiful mosque here. And we're gonna see if we can indulge ourselves in a bit of maybe Muslim delicacy. But it is close to sunset, so I don't know if prayer time will forbid us to go in there. But it looks like we're in a souk suddenly.
Alright, 25 yuan per person. Let's go check out. So this mosque is meant to be interesting because it's actually a mixture of Chinese architecture and Islamic architecture, apparently.
It's so interesting to see there's two gentlemen there to my left that work here, I guess. And you can definitely see the facial traits of Muslim man mixed with Chinese sort of like Asian sort of facial feature. It's a very unique sort of feature I've never seen before, so. But look at that.
Oh my gosh, this is so unexpected. Like, we were just walking through narrow market alleyways and it was like bustling, there were scooters driving past. But apart from the kids, we've actually just entered this really peaceful, quiet area. I've never seen these trees before. They're so beautiful.
Oh, it's a Yunnan magnolia magnolias, also known as lily tree. To be one of the most attractive magnolia species on the planet. In ancient China, Yulin magnolia was revered, a gift often bestowed upon emperors.
It's also nice because it's quite well preserved, but not 100%. So I actually think it's really charming when stuff isn't fully preserved because then it kind of has like this authentic age to it, whereas kind of age has decayed it a bit, but not fully. I really like that. I feel like it has a bit more authenticity to it rather than trying to keep it perfect and continuing to rebuild it.
I've seen a lot of things today, but I think this is the most prettiest thing I've seen today.
I agree.
This garden is sumptuous, and this mosque is as old as the original city wall. As you know, as we mentioned, the city wall were refurbished in the 1300s, but this is from the original time of the city wall.
It was established in 742, so it didn't look like this. It was just established, and then over the years, it was built into what it is today. But still, even if they spent 300 years building it, that still would make it 1,000 years old. Like,
it's amazing.
It's got some history, guys. Wow, from the calm, tranquil mosque to this insanely busy and hectic Muslim quarter street, there is so much food here. It is absolutely insane, and there is just as many people here as well. Max and I are starting to get a bit peckish, so I think we're gonna look for something to try to eat. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the food here is still very much Chinese food, or if it kind of sways towards more Muslim food. Let's go find out. So far, I actually think most of the food that I've seen has been still very Chinese and not Arabic food. Ourselves in a sweet store and they have all these little samples. Those things are really good. They're like coconut chewy rolls.
Yeah, they must be.
Oh, it's pork belly. These are just, we just walked past the weirdest looking food we've ever seen. And we're really curious as to what they were. Max thought they were like some kind of animal testicle and we couldn't translate for so long. Turns out it's pork belly. Respect for Chinese people because they really don't waste anything. But I'm too Western and have grown up not eating that kind of thing. It is too much for me, that's for sure. We just found a line for something, and usually a line means it's really good food. Smells like bread. It looks amazing. I kind of thought maybe we should have ordered 2 considering how long the line was, but oh well. So this is how today went, or ended. Almost 19 kilometers. I am so excited that it's finally the day that we are going to see the Terracotta Warriors. This is something that I don't know if every school teaches you about this, but it is something that I learned about in school, and ever since then it's obviously fascinated me. It's just insane. But first we have to figure out how to get there, and there is conflicting information online. So we've just chosen one of the options, which is the Xi'an railway station. We've come to the Xi'an railway station, and then we're gonna get bus number 5. That should just take us all the way and we don't need to transfer anything. Hopefully, that's the plan. The instructions say go to the east of the railway station. It's already 1:15. We're hoping to get in to the Terracotta Warriors in the afternoon session. So we want to enter by 3:30 to make sure we have like a good solid 2 hours there.
So when we looked online, it says the most amount of tickets available are later on the afternoon. So we're not gonna beat the rush by going first thing. We're gonna try to be sort of smart by going later. We've been pointed to the location on the other side of the wall, just right here.
Alright, I think we found bus number 5. Directly at the front of the station, there's like a bus stop across from McDonald's. And it says number 5 on it, so hopefully this is it. I'm not 100% sure yet. Moment of truth. Over there? Okay. Okay. No. He was pointing to the railway station, which is what we just got directed away from. This is very frustrating. And the biggest frustration is that we left this experience for the afternoon, hoping to have less crowds. But that means we didn't really leave much room for error. So now, if we don't get this bus, we're not gonna have barely any time there, which sucks. So after walking around this station multiple times, speaking to like 4 different staff, I don't know, no one seems to know about it. It's like this is not the biggest thing to do in Xi'an. I don't know what's going on, but it's too late now. By the time we get there, if we left now, we would only have like an hour maybe inside the museum, and we want more time than that. Luckily, we're not going to Beijing tomorrow until the afternoon, is what it is.
And we will tell you the best way to get there tomorrow.
Yeah.
By having it done it ourselves.
After we do some more research
So
tonight.
don't take bus 5. That's all we can tell you.
Yeah, don't take bus 5. Anyway, we'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It is take 2 on trying to get to the Terracotta Warriors today. We're starting nice and early. It's just after 7 a.m. and we're gonna take the more complicated route, which basically means 2 metro lines and a bus. But this is the route that our hotel actually gave us instructions for. So hopefully this one is correct. But we're gonna take you with us to get there so that you guys can see how to get there. So obviously you might not be staying where we're staying in Xi'an. So we're staying close to line 1, but our goal is to get to line 9 at Beijing station. Walking Qi. 14 yuan. Kimchi. So literally as we got off the train on line 6 over there, line 9 is directly here, so it's super easy to find. And also everyone was running to this train, so you won't miss it if you're trying to do this. And this train is the one that's going to get us as close as possible to the Terracotta Warriors. That's right there. It's the bus we were trying to get yesterday that they told us not to take. So far it has actually been super easy taking this route. You do have to transfer a couple times, but it's actually been very easy. Come out at exit D, turn left, cross the road towards the magnificent fountain. Once you cross the road, there is a bus stop just up here on the left. Pretty simple once you know where you're going.
So this is a stop in Chinese where you end up after the second metro. And this is the stop you want to go.
Okay, that was super easy. Bus 602. We didn't even tell the bus driver where we were going. He instinctively knew. It was 2 yuan per person, and I was able to pay with WeChat and just pay for double the amount, so for each of us. Super easy to get here. I think it's 20 minutes on this bus. I'm not exactly sure. And then we should be there, which means we'll be there at 9 o'clock, which is only half an hour after it opens, which is pretty good.
We have made it only via public transport, and it cost us less than $4
For 2 people.
for 2 people, Australian dollars, so 18 yuan for 2 people. Forget the tour bus, forget all of that, just do it your way, because those warriors would have done it their way. And we're here!
First we need to find the ticket office.
Yeah.
This is something that I've been looking forward to the most in China. This is like an epic moment. You learn about this stuff in school, and it's probably one of the most like epic historical things we're ever gonna get to go to and see in our travels.
It's all done, got our tickets. Obviously bring your passport, needless to say. Then we're gonna go inside and try to get an audio guide. There are a few guides at the entrance asking you to take their service, and I'm sure they're very good, but for us, audio guide is the way to go.
Okay, we got some audio guides. So we're obviously doing this on a budget, considering we're not on a tour and we're not taking a guide. So these are 40 yuan each, but you also have to leave a deposit of 100 yuan. Anyway, we've got our audio guides, we're in, we're here, and we're finally going to see the Terracotta Warriors. Oh my god! We're about to go and see it.
Oh shit.
I can see the crowd of people.
Oh,
my god.
dang.
Oh my god. I can see a little bit.
Oh, wow.
所以从这里面，我们首先可
That
以
is
看到，这个大家也都知道正确
Those
的
are
方法。
just dug up statues.
说一下这个方法，这个呢就是我们的兵马俑文手，这个的面积有多大呢？
We're waiting patiently to
Waiting
get
patiently.
a better view.
Yeah. They are incredible. There's like 11 lines going across with just like 4 shoulders, like soldiers shoulder to shoulder. They're just like going all the way back. So the entire size of this pit is apparently about a basketball court, and it's just filled with so many of these life-size clay soldiers. It's actually amazing. So many people. We're trying to just take a moment to stand here and like appreciate it, to think of how far we've traveled to come here and see this, and this is the only time we're ever gonna see it, so we're just trying to soak it in a little. This is like the front on view where you can see all of the warriors standing in battle formation, which is just really amazing. What? Sight of the well. Oh, Max was just asking if he wonders if there's like a sign to indicate where they started digging the well, and there is.
At least we know where it all came from.
Yeah, it's crazy that they actually dug it in the biggest pit. If they dug like 30 meters, they may have never found it.
Yeah.
That's insane to think about. That was very cool. Right in the back of pit number 1, there is actually a laboratory that most people were just walking by and not really paying attention to. But if you actually looked inside, there were, I guess, archaeologists working and putting a soldier back together. It was so cool to watch.
Ooh, different vibes here. Oh my god. That is so deep. That is like 20 meters deep.
This looks so much more like what I was expecting. Super deep, and it's completely in the dark with lighting, like artificial lighting, which is much more what I expected. Pit number 1 is so exposed. So interesting. So apparently there's also a pit number 4 that they found, but it was never finished, and they believe that that was supposed to be the emperor's burial crypt. That's where they were supposed to be, but I'm not sure if he was his remains were never found there, or if he died before it was finished. I'm not sure. The exhibition hall, 10 out of 10. It was so cool seeing the warriors in the pit number 1 when we first arrived. But getting to see them up close inside the glass cabinets, seeing the details of them was just really amazing. It's a totally different experience, and I'm so grateful that they kind of have both, because I really love seeing up close and details. Some of them even still had like a bit of the paint that hadn't deteriorated on their faces. That was very cool.
Amazing thing to have done that.
Can you believe that that was only 120 yuan to enter? We only paid 18 yuan to get here.
Well, beautiful people, our short time in Xi'an has come to an end. We are at the train station and we're off to our next destination.
We are actually heading to Beijing, and there is so much to do there. I'm very excited for it.
Beijing.
So if you're not yet subscribed, then maybe subscribe if you're interested in Beijing. Xi'an was amazing, and thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.